Walmart worker who thankfully survived the recent Walmart shooting in Virginia is now filing a lawsuit for $50 million, saying that there had been many warnings provided about the individual who perpetrated this terrible attack. We want to give you all of the details. So this person was shot at. Donya Prioleau was shot at during the attack. Thankfully, did not die. Multiple people did and others were injured. But said that she had written a formal complaint about the shooter's, quote, bizarre behavior 2 full months before the shooting, and that nothing was done about it. Says that she was in the break room at the Walmart Supercenter in Chesapeake when the gunman stormed in and began shooting. She ran from the room as bullets whizzed by her head, according to her, barely missing her. So they allege that Walmart should have known that this guy was violent and could harm others after the store got numerous reports about him. In the complaint that we previously referenced, she said Bing had, quote, bizarrely and inappropriately commented on her age by asking, isn't your lady clock ticking? Shouldn't you be having kids? She says that she complained to the store that he had harassed her for being poor and for being short. She also claims that he'd been disciplined on several occasions, that he had already been demoted by management for improper and disturbing interactions with others, but then had been reinstated as a team lead. Says that multiple employees had observed the bizarre and threatening behavior, but that apparently nothing could be done, they say, because the guy was liked by management. So look, we're just in the very beginnings of this lawsuit. It's impossible to say how reflective these statements are of what most people at the Walmart thought, what efforts, if any, actually were done by management to look into this, to potentially control him. But it does seem that there was some evidence that there was something wrong with this guy, and unfortunately went in the absolute worst direction. Jared, what do you mean?
Yeah, I've said before, whenever there's actions that are done to try and prevent shootings, mass shootings, and people getting murdered like this, we don't hear about it because it didn't happen. That's good news. So the numbers, if they go down of these type of situations, is a good thing. So whenever we have these instances where someone does give you an idea or an opportunity to maybe prevent something like this, that's the first step. For some reason, our first step is always, oh, the mass shooting happened. Oh, massacres happened. Oh, this guy killed everyone. Now we're gonna start talking about it. It's too late, bro. All those folks who lost family members, they don't care now. Like, oh, let's do something now. And it's countless. It happens over and over and over again. Which also, right now, in the future, something is gonna happen to folks and they're gonna get shot up, and more people who are here right now will not be here anymore. More families will be devastated. What are we doing to prevent that right now? Instead of waiting then for the good guy with a gun to be there, or maybe expanding more sales and saying, everyone should have a gun in their hand. That's the reason. Is because it's better for business to wait for the mass shooting, to call out for the good guy with the gun, not to actually pay attention to when people are telling you, hey, there's something weird going on here. Or even as explicit as some of these potential school shooters who are saying, yeah, so on September 18th, I'm gonna show up at the school and do this, and that. And then there's sometimes classmates that go, hey, Jimmy's told me this. How often do we pay attention to it and at least look into it because we care if people lose their lives, not if we care people lose their political positions, or these people who are paying these politicians to do nothing still have confidence that they're gonna follow their lead.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously you have to listen to your employees, but I also, it's impossible to say if they had just fired him, could he have just done it then? I mean,
and not even jump to conclusions and jump to straight firing. I'm sorry, but not even just to be like, because I get it. There's an issue with someone says something, and I know this could be the case. Some employee be like, that guy's dangerous. Yes, we know that happens, and many times it could be based off just who they think he is because of who he is and where he's from, and maybe the complexion of his skin. So I get the problems with just going off of someone's random tip, but maybe pay attention to the guy, understand something about it, and maybe see if this is something that could be fleshed out, or talk to him, bro. Be like, listen, things are a little bit iffy here, and have people pay attention. I don't know, man, I'm not in law enforcement, but we should at least pay attention to when people are seeing something that's credible. Put it that way. It causes a little bit of work to investigate it, that's all.
Well, we'll see. Just at the beginning of the lawsuit. There's guns everywhere. Again, it used to be that some of these shootings would be novel in a way, unique in a way. We'd never had a shooting exactly like that. Now it's just they happen and it's like, oh, it's another one of these big workplace ones. It's another one of these big box stores had a shooting. It's another, I'm just sick of another.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.